Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a Q&A. You guys have been asking me so many questions about my life here in Korea, and obviously I've gained so many subscribers since I've been here, and I wanted to say like thank you guys so much for subscribing to me and helping me on this journey and just like looking forward to my content, looking forward to new stuff. But yeah, we're going to be answering some questions that you guys gave to me on Instagram and on my YouTube community tab. Obviously subscribe if you guys are new, but also follow me on Instagram because I am constantly asking you guys questions, doing polls, also just like showing you guys behind the scenes of my life. And most days I'm actually really not filming. I actually don't really film like vlog footage every day, so if you guys want to see my day-to-day life, definitely follow me on Instagram. Also, I just bought a coffee, so we're gonna be sipping some tea. It's currently 6 p.m, so if you guys hear any noises and stuff in like the rooms around me, I'm sorry, it's literally 6 p.m, but I just got home, so I wanted to film this video now because I know that if I don't, I'm not gonna film it this week. So yes, we're gonna get through the questions. I just want to reiterate something that I talked about in my community tab, and that is if I've already answered a question, I'm not gonna answer it again. I've gotten a lot of repeat questions on what program am I studying at, how did I get here, why am I in Korea, and I did a Q&A before I left for Korea all about that, so I'm gonna link that down below and you guys can watch that. But just to get it out of the way, I do study at Dongguk University. I am taking language courses. Everyone keeps asking me, what major are you studying? I'm taking language courses, so I'm not going towards a major. I'm just taking basically for fun. Like there's no end game, end result, like Ariel's gonna get a degree in Korean language studies. No, it's just like a language program. I'm currently in level 1, and yeah, that's the kind of basic stuff that I need to go over because goodness gracious, I had so many people asking me why I'm in Korea, what I'm studying. I'm going to answer some questions. I'm not going to do it in any kind of specific order. I'm just going to go through the questions. Somebody asked me, first question, what is your dream job? Now, my dream job actually is to be a YouTuber. That has been my dream job basically kind of since I started it. I really love doing YouTube. I really love creating content, and I also love, you know, building a community of people that like the same things that I do. Obviously, you guys know I'm a K-pop YouTuber, and like having subscribers that like the same groups that I do, that I can just like talk to you guys all the time. I started this channel really with not a lot of friends, and I feel like I've really created a community of people that are my friends, so I really love that, and I would love to continue to do that, but I'm not too sure how that's gonna work or if I could actually possibly do that one day. Is YouTube your only job at the moment? Yes. In Korea, with the student visa or with no visa, you can work, but it's kind of difficult, and also I just don't really have a lot of free time to get a part-time job, so the only income I make right now is through YouTube. That is my only source of income. Do you like taking the subway in Korea? Yes. I think the transportation system in Korea is really awesome. Buses and subway are fantastic. Even taxis aren't that bad, but I personally, if I could choose a bus or a subway, I'd probably pick the subway. I like the subway a little bit better. Have you made any friends? Yes, I actually made quite a bit of friends through school and then through not in school. Also, I've just made friends with you guys. A lot of my subscribers have reached out to me and wanted to hang out with me, and I've also made friends through YouTube. So yeah, I have a lot of actually really nice friends here in Korea. Is learning Korean difficult? Is the pace they teach at fast? I will tell you guys, the specific program that I'm in is hard. It is not for everybody. It's not going to be everybody's first choice because like it's hard. I know that the first week at least 10 kids dropped out because of the pace and how intense it is. We have vocabulary tests every single day. We have obviously midterms and exams. So they give you a vocabulary sheet at the end of class for one day, and you're supposed to have it 100% memorized by the next morning in order to take a vocabulary test and then use the vocabulary in that lesson. So it's very fast paced. We get vocabulary sheets every single day, and we have the vocabulary test every day as well. So it's hard, but I think honestly it's kind of challenging in a way, and it's kind of motivating in a way. But I will tell you guys, like the pace that they teach and the pace that the whole school is instructed in is not for everybody. 100% not for everybody. How has this trip been different from when you were in South Korea before? I will tell you guys, the first time I went to Korea was in 2019, and I studied abroad. I was doing exchange, and doing exchange classes and doing language school is a lot different. There's way more homework, way more tests. There's a lot more effort you have to put into language school, whereas for exchange I didn't really get homework. I just had like tests and like essays and stuff that I would have to do occasionally. So I'd say the workload's a lot harder this time, but I don't know, I can't really compare the two. I liked both. I liked doing exchange, I liked doing language school, so yeah, it's different. What's something that you miss in America? Obviously I miss my family, but I would say maybe just like, I don't know, I kind of miss home cooking. I really miss like home cooking, and also just like cooking for myself. Like I really like to cook, so I kind of miss that a little bit. What's one thing you want to do before you leave Korea? I still really want to go to Nami Island. That's like my biggest location, because if you guys didn't know, Stray Kids filmed there, and they got to film on like, there's like a zip line and everything. Oh, I want to go so bad. If you could go to one concert while you were there, whose would you go to? The only person that I like desperately want to see is Baekhyun, but obviously I'm not gonna be able to see him before he enlists. So other than Baekhyun, I would say I really want to see NCT Dream, and then for like newer groups that I have never seen before, I want to see Treasure and Enhypen, but I've actually seen most of the groups I stan already in concert. So if for talking about groups that I haven't seen, I would pick those ones. Do you think you're drinking more coffee while in Korea than when you're at home? No, absolutely not, because coffee is kind of expensive. I mean, it's not really expensive, but at home coffee is free. So at home I drink 3 coffees a day. So definitely I do not drink more coffee here. I wish I could, really wish I could. Future collection plans. That's a really good question. So right now, while I'm in Korea, I'm not really collecting in the same way that I do when I'm in the States. If you guys did not know, I do collect albums. I have almost 500 back home, and I do collect photo cards. I have 9 photo card binders, and I do collect certain idols and certain groups. So I am not really sure what I'm going to be doing while I'm here. I have bought photo cards, and I will continue to buy photo cards as I can. I would just say, like, thinking about my collection personally, I'll definitely try and focus on like my ultimate groups and then my ultimate biases and trying to fix those collections. But I really want to keep up with recent releases, and I don't really want to focus on going back and getting older cards right now for photo card collecting. And then for albums, I'm just gonna keep up with recent releases. Like, I'm gonna buy Hypen's albums, I'm gonna buy Itzy's albums. I just bought Aster's album, so I'll keep up with like current comebacks, but I'm not gonna go back and buy anything older that I didn't have that I need or whatever, because yeah, it's just too expensive right now. Do you think going to Korea was the right choice? I do. I really do think that it was the right choice for me. I am much happier here. I'm just in a better mindset here. I really truly love it here, and I think that I'm really happy that I made the choice to come here. I know this choice isn't for everybody, but I'm really glad that you guys are supporting me while I'm here, and I'm really glad that I could come here the safest way possible, and to be here even in a panorama, I feel really lucky to be here, honestly. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? So if you guys do not know, I am 20 years old. I am an 00-liner. I'm gonna be 21 in June. My birthday is June 30th. I'm a Cancer. So in 10 years, I will be 31 years old. I cannot answer that question politely. I have no freaking idea. Genuinely, I couldn't even tell you what I'm doing in like 6 months. I don't want to think about it. The thought of being 30 terrifies me. Like, bills? Taxes? Oh, no, I can't do it. Favorite Korean dish. I will tell you guys, I have eaten a lot more food here than I did the first time. The first time I came here, honestly, I spent all my money on albums, all my money on concerts, and like, I deserved it, but this time I'm definitely eating a lot more food, and I will tell you guys, the food that just makes me the happiest and like makes me the most just like, I would just say happy is chimdak. Chimdak is really good, and it feels very homey to me. It just feels very like, I feel like I'm at home. I don't know. You eat it with rice. Delicious. I love it so much. How do you find places to go, and how did you make friends? So most of the friends I made were from school. I just met people through my university. Obviously, I go in person to classes, which is awesome. And how do I find places to go? I don't know. I just kind of go places that I've been. I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, that's hard. Somebody asked, do you plan on collecting albums in Korea still? Yes, I still collect albums, and I still do unboxing. So if you guys haven't seen my channel and my content, one thing you guys will learn if you guys are new subscribers here is that I like to post content a lot. I am a workaholic. I post at least 3 to 4 videos a week. So get your notification bell on right now, because you definitely don't want to miss an upload. And I definitely have tons of unboxings and album stuff soon, and I do think I'm going to do like a collective haul of like stuff that I bought in Korea, because there's a lot of photo cards that I buy that I don't even show you guys, so I'll definitely do that soon as well, I promise. If you could move to Korea permanently, what things would you bring from home? That's a really good question. I think the only thing, at least from my collection, that I really want here are my photo card binders and maybe like my fan sign album, because if you guys didn't know, I got to meet Hyunjin from Stray Kids, and I think I would want that with me if I was to live here permanently. But like my album collection, there's literally no way I would ship 500 albums across the ocean. Like, I genuinely could not. I just couldn't do it. Maybe my signed albums too. I have a lot of Stray Kids signed albums. Maybe I signed albums. I have 17 signed albums. I would pick my signed albums. How has it been adjusting to Korean manners? I've already lived in Korea. Like I said, I lived in Korea for 4 months in 2019, so I was very used to it already. But I will just tell you guys, it comes very naturally. Like, it's not anything that like it's like weird or anything. Like, you just see everybody doing it, so you just really do it yourself. It's not really hard to adjust to it. I'll tell you guys at all. You guys are so funny. Any love interest there in Korea? No love interest. Still no love interest. The only love interest I got is that man back there. He's the only one I need. Just saying. Do people talk to you in Korean, or is it mainly English? Usually people, when they see me, automatically go to English. They don't even try to tell me in Korean unless they're older. Grandma, grandpa, like older person, they definitely speak to me in Korean. But younger people just automatically 100% just go for the English, which is fine. I don't care. Is it hard for non-English people to follow your class in Korean/English? So I just want to tell you guys right now, my class does not have any English. Basically, they're not allowed to teach us in English. We are only allowed to be taught in Korean. That's why it is a immersion program. So it's hard for everyone. It's not just hard for people who can't speak English. I will say that because I'm in the class, I definitely try and help translate to my fellow English speakers as much as I can, because the class is a little bit more simple for me because I already kind of know a lot of Korean. But there's a lot of times where none of us know what's going on. But yeah, it's only taught in Korean. We're not allowed to speak English in class. but we do because we're beginners. Somebody asked, how often do you speak to your parents? So my parents are divorced. I definitely speak to my mom more than my dad, but I talk to my mom every day and I talk to my dad like every other day, every 2 days. But I talk to them quite a bit just because gotta check in. Even if it's just a quick text, you always gotta check in and see how they're doing. There are also other K-pop YouTubers that are in Korea, maybe a collab, I don't know, going to K-pop to the K-pop, going to a cafe / K-pop store. I will just tell you guys right now, I have reached out to a bunch of other YouTubers to potentially collab and only one of them responded. If the collab is already up, I will link it, and if it hasn't come up, get ready for it. But yeah, it's not as easy as you think, I guess, to make friends. I don't know. I tried to go meet other people, but nobody wants to meet me, I guess. I'm not cool. How is the student life with the virus compared to your previous year abroad? So basically how my school works is that all of the classes that are not language school are online. So all the regular kids that are there for regular college are online, except for the physical education program, which obviously there's a lot of things that they can't do online. And I think that there's some of the science programs, they're offline as well. So yeah, it's only the language kids that are on, in person. So it's just like there's not a lot of people on campus. Also, when I was here last time, I was in a lot of clubs and I did a lot of like field trips, and we obviously can't do anything like that, so it's just sad. It's just really sad. I'll just tell you that, it's really sad. Oh, somebody asked, how fluent do you want to become in Korean? I would love to be conversational in Korean, like be able to talk to people on the street comfortably and just like not worry about like, oh, am I gonna say this wrong? How do I say this? Blah blah blah. I definitely do not need to be fluent in Korean. That's never, I don't really think that's not gonna be for me, but being able to understand, being able to communicate, being able to, you know, get out of situations that I need to get out of or get into situations, I think, yeah, conversational for me is more important, I guess. Would you ever get a tattoo or more piercings? I would get more piercings, but I would never get a tattoo. I don't want a tattoo at all. Somebody asks, some people I talk to when they say they go to Korea say that they see idols when they're there. Have you ever seen an idol? No, it's not as common, and also because everybody is wearing masks and hats and idols can just literally blend in. I don't think I would recognize an idol just if I saw like the back of them or if they were wearing a hat and a mask. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like I love my oppas, but like not that much. Like, I don't think I would recognize them. So yeah, I've never seen one while I was here. Are you shy or nervous to speak Korean, or do you feel comfortable? I do not feel comfortable at all. It's just because I don't know enough and I feel like I would mess it up. I can definitely understand when people ask me questions or if they tell me something, blah blah blah. Even in school, I understand when the teacher teaches us, but I just do not feel comfortable speaking at all. I can speak in school to my professor because like obviously like the teacher's there to help you and all the teachers want us to improve and, you know, practice. So I can definitely talk to my teachers like anytime, but out in the wild is a little scary. So no, I don't talk to people in Korean. Everybody wants me to go to entertainment companies and make a video on it, and you guys, I probably will soon go to like YG, SM, Hype, all of that stuff, but I'm not gonna be able to go inside of them, so I don't want you guys to get your hopes up at all. Like, it'll just be the outside of them, but I will try and go to them and film it for you guys, so yeah. Somebody asked, do they have the romanized lyrics at noraebang, or you can only sing the Korean if you know Hangul? Yes, they only have the Hangul. They don't have romanized, so you have to know Hangul to read along. Did you have good grades to be accepted into the program? The specific program I applied to did not ask for a transcript. No, it didn't ask for a transcript. You just had to have a high school diploma. You didn't need to have a transcript, so they didn't even look at my grades. I'll tell you guys, I did get good grades in school, but they didn't ask for them. Do you like your Goshi-won? Is it a big difference from your house in the US? Do you mind the difference? Yes, it's a huge difference. My house in the US is quite big, and like I have my own room, and like I also have a kitchen, and I also have like a lot of room to like walk around. We got a sofa. I think the Goshi-won is very comparable to a dorm room, so it doesn't feel different from like living in a dorm, but I also I would consider moving out because I don't like it. When you don't have anything to do or when you're free for a day, what do you do? I usually will go to a cafe. I think cafes, just like sitting there and like studying or whatever, is great. But also I just have lazy days, you guys. I literally have days where I do absolutely nothing, and that is totally valid. Literally, I will sit in here, even though it's teeny tiny, I will sit in here and do absolutely nothing for days because do people ever look at you weirdly? They don't. I mean, yeah, I get stared at a lot. It doesn't bother me. I know it would bother a lot of people. It's something that you have to kind of get used to, especially as a foreigner. For me, especially because I'm blonde, yeah, I get stared at a lot. It doesn't really bother me because like I just don't care, but yeah, it's something that you have to get used to. If you were to live anywhere in the world, where would you live? I really want to live in Australia. I know that's really random, but I would love to live in Australia for a little bit because I loved visiting Australia, so I would love to live there one day. Okay, so the big question of the day, the big question is, how long am I gonna stay in Korea? My future plans, blah blah blah. And I got asked this so many times, so I'm just gonna sit down and answer that question at the end of this video right now because it's gonna take a second. So everybody grab a snack. So as you guys may or may not know, I applied to this program to do 3 months here in Korea and to do level 1 here in Korea, and while I've been here, I've had good times, I've had bad times. Even though I've only been here a month, it's been a long month. I'm not going to tell you guys it hasn't been, but it has. And I really realized that this is where I want to be. This is where I want to live. This is where I want to be, you know, experiencing new things. This is where I want to be making content for you guys. It's like this is where my heart belongs. And so I am in the process of applying for my next semester here in Korea and applying for a visa and applying for my alien registration. But I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, I am only signing up for 3 more months right now. I am personally not going to say how long I'm going to be in Korea. I will tell you guys right now that I will be in Korea until the end of the summer, and then I will reassess if I'm going to extend my stay from there. I don't want to make plans. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like I personally don't want to plan it all out right now. I don't want to plan out my future right now. I don't want to plan out when I'm going back to college. I don't want to plan out anything. I want to live my life. I want to live my life happily, healthily, smartly. But I want to just be happy, and I know that I am really happy here. So that's kind of what I like. That's kind of the conversation I have with my parents when I talk to them about this. And yeah, that is my future plans for right now. I cannot tell you guys how long I'll be in Korea. I'm so sorry. I know that's probably really annoying, but I don't know. I can tell you guys right now very confidently that I will be in Korea until August of 2021, and I would love to potentially stay longer in Korea, but I am not going to plan it out. I am not going to worry about it, and I know that in my heart I'm making the right choice for myself, and I'm not worrying myself. I'm not stressing myself out. So yeah, I'm gonna take it little by little, chunk by chunk, and I'm not gonna worry about it. But I will be in Korea for the entire summer, which is super exciting. I'm really happy to tell you guys. I haven't really gone through all the process of the visa and everything, so I can make a video on that as well when I start that process and everything. And I will be staying at Dongguk, and I will be doing level 2, so I'm going to be doing level 1 and level 2, so hopefully I'll be getting a little bit more fluent in my Korean. And yeah, I will be doing the language program again because I really think it is important for me and what I want to do with my life to learn Korean. I think it really will be an advantage for me. So about that, you guys will be thinking, Ariel, when are you gonna go back to university? Again, I just don't know. Personally for me, and something I kind of want everyone, especially my younger followers, to kind of keep in mind is that university is not for everybody. I definitely know that in my heart I want to get a degree, and I will get a degree one day, but you don't have to do it in the generic 4 years of high school, 4 years of university way, and then go out into the real world and get a real job, blah blah blah. There is no time stamp, there's no time limit on getting a degree, on going to university. And I think that for me, I have been really wish-washy with what I want to do, and because I don't know, I want to wait. I want to wait it out until I've really figured out what degree I want, how I want to get it, if I want to go to university in Korea, if I want to go to university in America. I don't have to make that decision right now, and I don't want to. So yeah, it's really difficult, and it's really kind of confusing to talk about. I've talked about this a lot with you guys on live streams and stuff, but yeah, I don't really want to make any big decisions right now. All I know is that I am really enjoying my time here in Korea. I am really enjoying the university. Even though it's difficult, I really do enjoy it. I think it is a really good program. I am enjoying making content for you guys. I'm enjoying talking to people, meeting new people, being happy. I don't know. I really just think that choosing being happy is way more important than going back home and finishing 2 more years of university just so I can finish on time with the rest of my grade. So yeah, that is the choices I made right now. Again, you guys, if you want to just subscribe and stay tuned for the whole process. I don't know how long I'll be staying in Korea, but I'm really happy here, and I'm really glad I made this choice to be here. So yeah, that is gonna be the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me. If you guys have any other specific questions, leave it down below and I will try and answer them as best as I can. And also, if you guys want to know about how I got to Korea in the first place, definitely go watch the other Q&A because I obviously didn't answer the questions here. And if you guys want to know more about me and my biases of K-pop and stuff, I will also link down below my video where I talk about all my K-pop biases, because I did get a lot of questions about like, oh, do you stand in this group? Who's your bias in this group? And I have a whole video on it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much, and I'm really excited for the journey on this channel and my life here in Korea, and I'm so excited to take you guys on it and just experience everything with you guys. So yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys super soon. Bye guys. Mwah.